Today's sales strategy, the pothole in wealth management. Hi everyone, I'm Steve Savant, host of the daily talk show, Let's Get Down to Business.
And I'm Don Pren, Senior Advisor to InsMark.
Today we're talking about the pothole in wealth management, kind of one of Bob Ritter's classic good logic, bad logic. Let's go to the board and I want to show you an example, and then Don, I'm going to ask you to kind of walk us through this, because this is probably one of the most important pieces that Bob's ever put out, and to me, it's really helped me as an advisor. I have Simon and Ann Scott are age 55 and age 50, and they plan to retire in 10 years. They have almost $6.5 million in net worth, IRAs, CDs, Munis, Equities, and about $900,000 in their home value and personal property. They want $25,000 monthly income after tax for retirement cash flow, and they're indexing that at 3% for inflation. It's the first day of the first month of their retirement, and they need $25,000 a month. Now, I find this so hilarious because most people don't know where to go on this. Now comes the pothole. Where do I take this money from? Do I take it from my qualified plan, my non-qualified plan, from my cash value insurance policy, Social Security? I'm sitting there, is there really a reason? Does it matter when I take it and from where I take it?
It matters a ton where you liquidate assets to fund your retirement. And not only does it matter enormously, almost nobody is doing this type of analysis, and I can almost guarantee you if you don't do this type of analysis, you're going to do it wrong, because there's too many ways to make a mistake. And so with InsMark's Wealthy and Wise software, what we have is an ability to look at the current assets, plug them in for wealth accumulation and retirement income, and show what the net worth is going to do based on the current bad logic of where we're going to liquidate assets. And then the program has a button you can press where it will optimize net worth over time and liquidate in the most advantageous way to maximize net worth for the client over time. It is an unbelievably complicated calculation that the software does, and we don't know of anyone else in the world that is doing that type of analysis, but it's crucial. And as you can see, here strategy one is kind of the current situation. And as you can see, given their current assets, their need for retirement income, they end up with a net worth of $3.6 million. If we optimize where the money comes from, what gets liquidated for the retirement income they need, if we optimize that, just that one change, their net worth is $16 million instead of $3.6 million. It is a massive difference. And what would we be saying if this had gone to zero, they ran out of money during retirement versus having 10 or 12 million of cushion? What's the impact of not doing this analysis and not doing this right?
Well, the impact's huge, and most advisors, which asset do I start liquidating first? When do I liquidate it? There's a mechanic, there's a chronology to this, there are tax issues to this. It all matters, and Wealthy and Wise picks all this up.
Yeah, and in addition to that, you can plug in qualified plans. It will tell you the best time to liquidate your IRAs or not liquidate them. It will look at deferred accounts, it'll look at annuities, it'll look at all the different assets, it'll look at cash value life insurance, and it will then tell you the best liquidation strategy. And as you can see, the impact is massive. The other thing I would say is that once you do this analysis for the client, this will then, you've now understand all their assets, their growth assumptions, their retirement income needs. Then you're in a great position to create strategy three, where maybe you use cash value life insurance as part of their accumulation. Maybe you do an annuity rescue plan or an IRA rescue plan where you move some of that money from an IRA into a cash value policy. There's a whole number. Maybe you do a gifting plan and a wealth replacement trust. So the strategy three ends up at 20 million. This puts you in a position to counsel and advise this client in a way that really nothing else in the industry can do.
Most advisors are good about during the contribution period. But what happens is during our accumulation, nobody's thinking about how we're going to take money out during the de-accumulation phase. This really helps us understand what's the most optimal assets to go ahead and liquidate and pattern it with, including taxes, by the way, and really can deliver far greater, not only net worth, but maybe even more income. Today's sales idea is brought to you by Ash Brokerage, the practice enhancement company.
And by InsMark, the most widely used software when it comes to strategies and presentations using cash value life insurance.